Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the other side of the coin and welcome to your latest Chelsea transfer news. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, we've got the here we go of Jorrel Hato to Chelsea Football Club. We got closer and closer and closer and closer, so close that we were inside. That's what a lot of people were saying. Finally, this deal has happened. Lots of people have been saying, in terms of David Ornstein a couple of days ago, Fabrizio Romano every other hour. Many other journalists kept on saying it's advanced, it's getting close, it's very close. They took a toilet break. They're going to be back. The negotiations are happening. But we're here, ladies and gentlemen. Finally, we got the here we go, there we land. Here's my papu, there's my jizz. We got it all, ladies and gentlemen, on this one. So fantastic news. Everything about today's video is going to be about Jorrel Hato, all the news that's been dropping and popping off over the last couple of hours. Literally, it dropped within the last couple of hours. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to kick things off with Orny, who makes us all nice and horny, ladies and gentlemen. David Ornstein again. He was the first one, I believe, that dropped the news, and then from there on, everyone else sort of followed suit. I feel like he's the top dog. Do you know what I mean? He's the boss. He's the main boss. He's the final boss, basically. And he drops it, and then he lets everyone green light for everyone. Let's go. Exclusive. Chelsea reached total agreement with Ajax to sign Jorrel Hato, subject to Ajax supervisory board approval. Fee above 40 million euros plus sell-on, pending green light. 19-year-old defender to travel London for medical and join CFC on deal until 2032. We're going to get into details all of that. But before I want to get into that, by the way, this picture, just quickly, it really depicts at the moment. Do you know what I mean? Like, you got Cucurella on the hammock, relaxing, maxing and relaxing. Do you know what I mean? And you've got Hato in front. It's the perfect picture. We needed a backup for Cucurella, and we finally got it. We needed it badly. And Jorrel Hato, young player, lots of potential, and he's got the experience at the highest level already. He's got enough experience, and of course, there's a lot of development that needs to happen. I don't follow Ajax on a regular basis, but people have been saying to me he's been captain, or he is the captain of Ajax as well at the age of 19. So sensational. Look, fee above 40 million. We're going to get on the fee. This sell-on clause, I don't really like this, because I don't remember Chelsea Football Club being that type of a club where we allow for sell-on clause. But look, this is what it is. This is the new modern era. This is how we operate under the new ownership, where we're trying to be, I suppose, smart. Maybe there is some smartness to it, but I don't like this sell-on where we've given you enough money, Ajax. Why do you want to sell on as well? Like, down the track, if we do end up selling Jorrel Hato, why should you get any sell-on out of it? But it is what it is. Hopefully, we don't have to sell Jorrel Hato ever. Hopefully, he stays at Chelsea Football Club and becomes a legend. So, look, 19-year-old defender, 2032, fantastic news. Let's see what Fabrizio Romano had to say. Breaking Jorrel Hato to Chelsea. Here we go. There we land. Here's my papu. There's the jizz. Deal in place with Ajax for fee in excess of 40 million euros. How Hato will sign long-term deal at Chelsea, as he only wanted to join Chelsea this summer. And this is the fantastic part. Hato, I don't think he's been participating for Ajax over the last couple of preseason matches. So he's only been focused on Chelsea Football Club, which is fantastic. I only wanted to join Chelsea as well. And once again, I have to say, praise in isolation, and all of these praises in isolation is building up to to slowly start making me say that, what, hopefully our owners, our directors are now going towards the right path. So once again, big up to the owners, big up to the directors, big up to everyone that's involved, scouting team, Maresca, whoever else has been involved in getting this deal done. It was a necessity. It really was a necessity, because Cucurella didn't have a backup. And there's no way Cucurella is going to be playing all the matches next season. And we need to have strength in depth. And Hato will bring all of that. He's a talented footballer, 19-year-old, so he's got lots of room to improve. But at the same time, you know how we talk about experience? He's got experience at the highest level. He's got more than enough experience, and he can keep building on that. So and at 19 being the captain of Ajax, that shows that you've got maturity and you've got leadership quality as well, which is fantastic that we can develop upon. And he'll be a nice deputy for Cucurella. Cucurella will grab him around the shoulder and will show him the ways at Chelsea Football Club. And down the track, Jorrel Hato could be the long-term successor of Cucurella. That's the ideology, and the money paid is very decent as well, very nice. Medical and travel set to be booked for talented defender. More coming from Fabrizio Romano, ladies and gentlemen. Jorrel Hato has been authorized to travel to London for medical tests, and then he will sign 7-year deal at Chelsea. Fantastic. Long-term contracts gives the security to the players. Hopefully the players don't just sit on that and they push themselves every year to get new contracts down the track. And I'm sure Jorrel Hato will do that. A lot of people have been singing a lot of praise about Jorrel Hato, how talented he is, that he could potentially become. And not just a left-sided, not just a left back or LCB, but someone who can bomb forward and create a lot of good opportunities for our attackers as well. He's got that creative nature in him. He definitely has that defensive nature in him as well. And coming from Ajax, you will know all about possession-based football and how to maneuver space, how to, basically play in a strategic manner, the way Enzo Maresca does in terms of building up, in terms of how he wants to play in midfield with, the fullbacks inverting. I'm pretty sure Hato will be quite accustomed to that. Coming from Ajax. Fee worth 43 million plus sell-on clause. Let's see what the sell-on clause is, how much it is. Maybe it's 10%. Hopefully it's not more than that, like something ridiculous like 20%. But this was the first piece of news in regards to how much the price was from Sky Sports, but it's apparently a little bit more than that, not much more. 35.5 million plus add-ons for Hato. There are other sources that are saying Ajax will receive 37.5 million plus bonuses for Hato. And even that price is a decent enough price. Honestly, that's nothing to be concerned about. I think that is just about the right price. 37.5 million plus bonuses. Look, maybe it might take up to 40 million. Jurriën Timber was sort of similar, wasn't he? Like about 35 million. Yes, we've probably paid a little bit touch more, but that's fine. It's not like we've gone above and beyond like 45, 50 million. It's still a decent enough price. And don't forget, all the sales that we're going to make this transfer window and all the sales that we've already made, all of these are going to be netted out. Honestly, they're all the sales after all the purchases, we might even have a net profit at the end of it in terms of transfers that has been done in this window. So now this is fair enough. Lots of people are saying 37.5 million. That seems to be the price. PYS, if you go to his page, apparently there are 4 different sources that are saying 37.5 million plus bonuses for Hato, which for me is fair price in my opinion. Hato given permission to travel to London for medical. The feeling is he will predominantly play left back. Chelsea want to ensure Cucurella doesn't pick up any unnecessary injuries. Fantastic, yes. And Hato, look, as much as I'm pretty sure he's going to come here and compete and obviously wants to start as many games as possible, but he should also understand that, look, it's a good opportunity to firstly adapt. There's no rush. No one's expecting him to just come in and blow the Premier League apart. No, we've got Cucurella. He's the number 1 dog. He's very, very important to Enzo Maresca and Chelsea Football Club, and he's a leader. He's turning out to be a leader, and he's capable of playing in so many different roles. Cucurella, so it's perfect for Jorrel Hato. Take your time, understand, adapt, get the know-how of the Premier League and how physical and fast it is, and learn as much as you can from Cucurella, and you will get the opportunity, because Cucurella is not going to play every single game. You will definitely get the opportunity to start, to come off the bench, and make sure when you do get that you produce good performances and you keep learning and learning and learning. And we'll see down the track how much longer Cucurella stays at Chelsea Football Club. It's not like he's going to stay here forever. He is nearing 30 years old. Jorrel Hato one day could take over, and that should be Jorrel Hato's target down the track. And hopefully he doesn't get too upset about that. I know he's a Dutch international. I know he wants to represent Netherlands in the World Cup, and he would want to play as many games as possible. But I hope he's patient and he stays calm, because he will get his opportunities 100%. As I said, this picture for me, it's the perfect way to depict exactly what we're trying to do. Cucurella maxing and relaxing in the background. He needed a backup, and we've got Jorrel Hato. I love that golden badge in the middle. World champion. You know what? Jorrel Hato, sorry, I should have said this. Welcome to the world champions, Jorrel Hato. Welcome to the world champions. This is mad. I love it. I love it, man. Sometimes I keep forgetting that we are world champions, you know. Welcome to the world champions Chelsea Football Club, Jorrel Hato. Chelsea have reached an agreement to sign 19-year-old Jorrel Hato from Ajax, as per David Ornstein. They have their backup for Marc Cucurella. Fantastic. Let's have a look at any other news that has dropped in regards to this matter. Look, there are plenty of other news that's been popping about, but we're not going to touch base on that on this video. We're going to try and catch that next time we're doing a video, but that is the latest. There you go. That is the latest. Ladies and gentlemen, look, sensational piece of business. Big up to the owners. Big up to the directors. Once again, another good, fantastic business that they've done in this transfer window. Everything so far in this transfer window, I have to say, pretty much on spot. Look, yes, I had my little bit of doubts over Jamie Gittins, but it's not like he's a bad player. Nonetheless, we'll see how he goes. The only one that I'm really concerned about is Garnacho, but I think that's going to happen. But nonetheless, everything else has been pretty good, and we should be happy about it as a fan base. Let me know your thoughts, ladies and gentlemen. I know a lot of you guys are buzzing. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Smash up the like button if you're here for the first time. Subscribe. Hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Until next time, take care. See ya.